Hey, what's going on? My name is Lee Wonder, one half of MIDI Beats. I'm on here and I'm gonna give y'all a quick demonstration of how the StudioBlade 61 key works by music computing. My specific device has 8 gigabytes of RAM, 3 terabytes of hard drive space, 1 terabyte being the main hard drive, and 2 terabytes being the second. All of my outs and inputs are maxed out, most that music computing offer at this time. Uh, I have the Intel i5 core processor, or whatever you call it. I have that basically, the 3.20 gigahertz. What is that? The 650, I believe. Um, and I'm just gonna give you guys a quick demonstration. A couple of people asked me on a music computing forum, and a couple of people on YouTube. So I'm just responding to you guys questions and stuff like that. If you got any questions or you want me to demonstrate a certain thing, just let me know. Uh, right now, I'm gonna demonstrate a beat that I've made, but I'm just gonna basically run through it to show you guys how I did it. All right, so just sit tight. All right, so now I got the StudioBlade, and I got the camera in place, and I'm just gonna run through a couple of things on the StudioBlade to show you guys how it works. If the camera picking it up correctly, you could probably see over here. This is a 10.1 inch screen. It has like the launch menus and stuff like that. Um, the machine is a beast. I got the Open Labs Miko LXD Gen 5, I believe. Yeah, Gen 5. Still got Windows XP on it, but this over here got Windows 7, and it's like a totally different world. 64-bit. It was kind of a challenge in the beginning because I was using XP for so long, and I got so many plugins that's only 32-bit compatible, but I'm still making it work over here. I got this plugin called JBridge. It pretty much bridges anything that you got that's 32-bit into the 64-bit world. It hits your CPU a little bit, but not that much. Let's get into the beat that I did. I'm running Studio One, and I'm running the 32-bit version. The reason why is because I guess for me, maybe I don't have it set up right, but I just like the way it performs when it's in 32-bit mode. I'd rather just, even though it's a limitation with the memory, I don't really care. I just run it this way. It's just me. Maybe there's a better way, but this is the way I do it. All right, let me see. As far as software that I use, I got Sonar X1, I got Reason 5, I got Pro Tools 8.5, whatever it is, I think 8.5. I got the newest Pro Tools, not 9, the one right before that, the 8 series. I got Fruity Loops 9, I haven't even installed it on this machine because I don't plan on using it. Reaper, I'm a big fan of Reaper. I've been using that since the Open Labs Miko, and it actually turned me into like a Reaper, that's all I use. I went from using Sonar 4, Sonar 5, Sonar 6, Sonar 8, Sonar 8.5 to just jumping straight to the Reaper, and I went from Reaper to Studio One. Reaper versus Studio One is kind of hard, which one I would say would win, but I don't know. I guess to each his own, right? Alright, so here we go. Right now I'm still using Guru because I'm so used to Guru from the Miko LXD. I'm not really a fan of the trigger grid that comes inside of the StudioBlade. I think right now it's in its early development stages, so for me it just doesn't work. I was a drummer before I was a beat maker, so it's kind of hard to dumb myself down to the trigger grid and the stuff that it offers. The pads are pretty responsive. It's not MP pads, but they have their own bragging rights. I like the pads, if you ask me. 64 of them. What's not to like? Alright, so this is my first thing I did for the drums. I could go on days and days just playing drum sounds. Alright. So that's what I did for the drums. Then I also added the the Novation bass station. Played a couple of keys from that. Hold on. And that's how that went. Then next I used a real guitar. That's how it went. From there, I pretty much started adding more stuff to it, like just sound effects. Then I put the organized organ. I love their organs. In fact, let me play the organ for you. I went in two instances of organized the plugin. One being like the deeper bassy organ, and another one being like the full church type organ. Let me show you how it works, how it looks. If you can see that, I got like the drawbars and stuff like that. I mean, I love organized. It's something like the VB3, if you guys are familiar with that. But, you know, then I went on to add my drums. That's pretty much it, man. That's it. You got 9 faders, 4 banks, which can be up to 36 faders if you got 36 tracks. You got mute solo buttons. Let me put some light on this video so y'all can see that better. You got mute and solo buttons right here. If you look over there, they are mute solo buttons. You got your pan, which is the ones that's up in the white right there. And the 3 after that can be whatever you want it to be. You got 9 of the pans, which are lit up in white. Let me turn the light up so you can see that. And then the ones over top of the pan, you can set them up to be sends for your effects, so they could be like low, mids, and highs for each track, whatever way you decide to set it up. You got 64 pads over here, which works with the trigger grid, transport buttons, this little knob right here that you see with the white ring around it. From when I talked to Ed Rohn of Music Computing, he said later on in the update of the trigger grid software, they're going to actually use that for the note repeat functions along with that little button next to it. And these are your banks A, B, C, and D, which means 1, 2, 3, and 4. You times that by the number of faders over here, and that gives you 36. Or you could just use this last fader, which is in Studio One, I believe, is set up as the master, and the other 8 are regular tracks. Times that by 4, and you got what? 32 tracks. 61 keys, which look like they're weighted like in the 88 key version of a keyboard, but they're not. Still feels pretty good. These are your launch buttons. The first one you see next to the Windows is Studio One 64-bit. The next one you see is let me get a better view of that. Next one you see is Studio One 32-bit. The next one is Sonar X1, which doesn't comes with it, but that's what I use. You got Reaper, then you got Reason 5, you got the on-screen keyboard, Firebox, and the rest of that stuff. Over here you got the the Geo MIDI software. I keep that up for some reason. And then you got the Persona's Firebox interface. And that's pretty much it.